Hello and welcome to another episode of the Classical Republican. Today we are talking about Nebraska's unicameralism. Now, this is their capital building, their legislative state house. They have a Senate, 49 members. Now over here on your left, you can see the footprint of the first Capitol, the second Capitol, and the present Capitol, which was built in 1932. Actually, all these capitals housed two chambers of a legislature, and they got rid of their lower house in 1937. This is the person we have to blame, U.S. Senator George Norris, and these were some of the arguments. So we have less cost, and maybe that is true, but you're also missing out on a lot of protections. It's more efficient to get to what the majority wants. Less time to think about it, yeah. Bicameralism is outdated. Bicameralism is unnecessary. And one class of people requires one elected body to represent them. So let's go through these individually. It costs less, and I'll give that to them, especially since this was 1937. It was during the Great Depression. And so that's going to be something that's important. I mean, one of the reasons we amended the Constitution and then unamended it 10 years later was because we needed the money from alcohol, from liquor license, to be able to get another stream of revenue for governments at all levels. Let's talk about it being more efficient. Yes, but at the cost of minority protection. Is it outdated? I don't know. You got 2,500 years of practice showing that it works. Does that make it outdated? I don't think so. Unnecessary. If it's unnecessary to take time to think and to have more process to make sure that you're doing things right and not stomping over the rights and liberties of minorities. I don't agree. Yeah, and then this one argument that was made by George Morris. He was a liberal progressive Democrat during the first half of the 20th century, and he makes the argument that the constitutions were made for one class of people, and therefore you only need one elected body to represent them. But I don't think that's really entirely true. The senates were usually were there for an oligarchy, the elites to control, and then you had a larger representative body that was supposed to represent the masses a little bit better. So I don't think that this is about, they're forgetting about democratic protections, process, and procedure, because they want government on the cheap. Liberalism looks to specific laws to protect minority views. Classical Republicans look to institutions to protect minority views, to provide checks and balances, to protect the masses. We must protect our institutions and invigorate them. Not tear them down and let them disappear. Long live the Republic.